Oh, hey, bro. Oh, hey.
I got the food.
Oh, good. You got the food. Where'd you go to?
Well, you know, I went to McDonald's, man. They're the best.
Why'd you go to McDonald's?
I just said they're the best.
No, I think we all know that Burger King is the best.
Burger King is not the best.
Burger King is obviously the best. There's the reason they're called Burger King.
Well, then the Burger King has been dethroned by the Burger Jester, who is now the Burger King.
Well, then why is Burger King still called Burger King?
Because they're sitting on a throne of black. I know you did not just slap me over the Burger King, man.
I know I did slap you.
You didn't slap me over. You gonna slap me over Burger King again, bro?
Burger King is the best!
Listen to me, McDonald's is the best. They're
not the
You're
best!
lying to yourself!
Wait. What are we doing? Whoa.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I slapped you first. But, I mean, there's got to be a better way to settle this.
To be honest, I don't eat Burger King that much. I typically eat McDonald's.
Well, there's got to be a better way than fighting over it to figure out which one is truly the best.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Camera guy, get in here for this. Because we got to announce that we're about to do something. And we call it Food Fights!
So hello everybody and welcome to this episode of, well, 4 guys in a show. We're going to introduce ourselves starting out with our friend down here.
My name is Joey.
I'm Paul.
Chuck.
Mike.
So what we're going to do today is, we were talking, and you ever been to a restaurant and you go to you're discussing it and you'll be like, man, we should go to Burger King. And you're like, well, yeah, I like the burgers, but the fries aren't that great. And then you're like, well, we could go to this place, they have better fries. Well, I also want chicken nuggets, and this place has better chicken nuggets. And we're like, well, what's a guy to do? What a guy has to do is to try each of these things individually and figure out which one of these 4 restaurants has the best.
Basically what we're doing is we're taking aspects from each restaurant and constructing kind of a Build-A-Bear, if you will, of a meal.
So what we're doing is we're looking at 4 restaurants. Today we'll be doing the main course, the burgers. The 4 restaurants are McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Hardee's. These are what I consider like the four big guns of fast food.
Yeah.
So the first, what we're going to do is we're going to take them. We're going to have 2 separate restaurants face off. Whichever one wins between those 2 will move on to the second round. We try the other 2. Whichever one wins there will move on, and that'll be the final face-off. And the winner is crowned King of Burger, because we can't call it Burger King because, you know, there already is a Burger King. So without further ado, let's begin the face-off.
They're the best. So basically what we're doing here in Food Fights is we are taking one fast food joint against the next, putting them head-to-head in each round, and whichever round wins, kind of like in tournament fashion, till ultimately we narrow it down to which burger is truly the best. We went with plain burgers because condiments are kind of a matter of opinion and what you like and personal preference. So we just went to the main ingredients of what makes a burger, which is beef, cheese, and a bun.
True. And I know what you're thinking real quick just to get this out of the way. I know there's more than 4 fast food restaurants. We all know that. There's a couple more out there, but these are like the big 4.
Yeah.
These are the ones that if anywhere you are, almost any town, city you travel to,
you're gonna find
if you're looking for a place to eat, these are one of the 4 places you will definitely find. Like Sonic's pretty fast food, but you don't always have a Sonic around.
Yeah.
So, here in round 1, we have
McDonald's or Mickey D's.
and we also have,
Burger King or BK.
and we're going to start out with the McDonald's double cheeseburger.
Because they're pretty much
And
famous.
to quick note, this was actually the cheapest one.
All that it is cooked up to be. Yeah.
Did it dink you?
We did.
Okay, alright. It's alright, it's a long stretch. You know, there are times I think that a McDonald's burger is cheap, and then I try it and I'm like, it's not bad.
It could be better though.
It could be. Well, let's see if it's better than...
Beef doesn't have much of a taste.
Not to mention the patty's pretty thin.
On to Burger King.
Now these, from what I remember, have like more of a
Charbroiled.
charbroiled taste.
And then, by the way, this is just a regular Whopper.
Yeah.
I like it. Tastes like it came right off the grill.
Mm-hmm. This is
flavor in there.
This has a much more distinct flavor.
Mm-hmm. Pretty standard. Pretty darn standard.
But it does have more flavor than Mickey D's.
You're right. You know, when you try them side by side, you realize just how much more flavor.
The
these
bun actually, and I don't know if it's the sesame seeds or what, because I'm not a chef. The bun is actually a little bit sweeter
Mm-hmm.
than the bun from McDonald's.
It has a sweetness to it, which also adds to the flavor. So what we'll do is we'll go down the line, and you tell us which one is your favorite. We'll start with Joe and work our way to Mike.
Burger King.
Burger King.
It
Burger
just has
King.
more flavor. I feel like, it gives me more of a, off the grill, char-boiled kind of taste.
Exactly, absolutely. What
Mike-
was your reason for picking it?
Well, really, real quick, my question is, do they not serve just double cheeseburgers at Burger King?
If they did, I couldn't see them on the menu. That was
Okay.
just my bad.
All right. Well, then in that case, we could give it some negative points for that, because, But as far as taste goes, because that's kind of what we're going off of, Burger King was better.
Yeah. Any reason for your pick?
The bun was
flavor?
sweeter.
Mhm.
The beef actually had flavor, like it was actually off the grill, like Mike said, it was like right off the grill taste. But yeah, it was just compared to McDonald's. McDonald's was just kind of bland and tasteless compared to the other.
Mm.
That's why.
Gotcha. I also picked Burger King, and I'm gonna we're gonna sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but yeah, the bun had a better flavor to it. And like I said, I tasted McDonald's. I was like, that's a good burger. I don't know why I always call it cheap. Well, then I taste this one, and I realized why I call it cheap, because the Burger King burger just had like everybody will say, and it's known for its flame broiled, almost off the grill tasting patty. But you can really taste the difference when you try them side by side. So Burger King for me.
I'm also gonna have to go Burger King. One, the patty's just a little bit thicker than McDonald's. The patty on the McDonald's doesn't have much of a taste, while Burger King has you can actually taste the smoky flavor.
Absolutely. So
Well
it's
said.
So it's a clean sweep for the King, Burger King.
Yeah.
Motion carried. On to the next one.
They're the best.
All right, here in round 2.
We have Wendy's, also known as the restaurant with the girl with the orange hair.
And here we have Hardee's, also known as Carl's Jr. on the West Coast.
All right, so what we'll do is I guess we'll start off with Wendy's. Just because we started out with McDonald's.
Now,
which was
one thing
number
I love about Wendy's is their square patties, because they don't cut corners, is what they apparently say.
3. And you know what else? They also have that slogan, "Where's the beef?"
Ah, 80s.
I'm getting almost that generic McDonald's.
There's something about the
Vibe.
bun that I actually don't like. There's like almost a bitterness to it.
I will say that the patty on this is also has a good amount of beef, but I'm not getting a lot of taste.
Mm-hmm. Same.
It's kind of like that McDonald's flavor. Pretty generic-ish. I mean, it's not bad.
And it is moist too.
If you came up to me after a party or we're out eating dinner and you say, hey, we're going to Wendy's, and you gave me that burger, I'd finish it.
It's good, but we
But-
gotta compare it at some point.
Exactly.
Usually when you get Wendy's, you never compare. Now we have Hardee's and Carl's Jr., or also known as Carl's Jr. on the West Coast.
You gotta say that on the West Coast. probably.
Give it.
Getting better at this
There we
thinking
go.
across the table thing.
A lot of bun.
A lot of bun.
It has no taste.
Yeah.
There's too much bun in relation to the thin patty.
This is why Wendy's made the "Where's the Beef" commercial.
Tell me, where is it, guys? Can you see it?
I'm not.
When I bit this, it didn't taste like a burger. It tasted like bread.
It's like, again, typically when you get your food, you get it from that place and that place alone. When you compare it, like now, like I kind of already have a winner now determined in my head.
I had it
on one
once I bit into
factor,
that.
but we'll see when we get to the side to side. In typical fashion, Joey, you want to go first?
Yeah, I would say Wendy's.
Wendy's wins. Why?
It just,
There was flavor.
it was mostly bread. There
Mhm.
was, I mean, the patty was there, but there was no flavor jumping out at me.
Yeah. And for me, also, I'm going to say Wendy's is the winner. Reason being, Hardee's proves, or Carl's Jr., proves that it wasn't the cinnamon buns that make the bun sweet. Because there really was no flavor other than the bun, and maybe the cheese popped out at certain points. But I almost had to, like, pretty much take the bun off of the patty, while it was in my mouth, just to taste any form of beef. and like Wendy's just had the better burger overall and more beef, which is what makes a burger a burger. So yeah, I'm gonna say Wendy's wins. What about you?
Now I'm not gonna lie. I know that Wendy's kind of has that. Hardee's or Carl's Jr. has that charbroiled kind of taste. So I was actually expecting them to win.
Right.
But after I bit into the burger, you know what you said about the bun being a little bitter? I actually seemed like this bun was a little bitter to me.
Yeah,
It wasn't a good tasting bun.
Yeah.
And then that taste of the bun overwhelmed the rest of the burger.
Yeah.
I didn't taste much burger, maybe a little cheese.
There wasn't much burger there.
There really wasn't. So, despite what I thought early on, I'm gonna have to say Wendy's had the better burger here.
Mike?
I'm also gonna have to say Wendy's. I mean, Hardee's probably would have had it good, but the patty's too thin in relation to how much bread was on there.
Yeah. Bread is so thick.
And to me, Wendy's the burger kind of tasted a bit better than the Hardee's burger.
I also want to interject, like you said, it was a good moist burger. Like
Right.
you don't want. I think
that was
might
kind
have
of
been-
dry with the bread.
Exactly. This one you've been into. I will say that I've noticed about Wendy's every time I've went, they have a nice moistness to them.
And what's sad is I've worked at a Hardee's before, and I'm seeing it here. They always are the best. We are here at the final stages. So yeah, we got winner from round 1.
We have Burger King or BK.
And the
then
winner
we have
from
winner
round 2.
Wendy's.
All right, let's start out with the winner of round 1, I guess.
You gotta go in chronological order.
Does it matter?
Doesn't
Not
We're
really.
all done here. I'll just.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna.
I think this was mine. I
maybe,
took 2 bites out of mine.
Just maybe we got that.
Just
right.
because it's so good.
Alright. Dink, 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 dink. Alright.
Just as good as round 1.
I mean, nothing's changed.
I mean, the blend of meat and cheese is just.
It's
And the-
almost spot on.
And the patty isn't too. I mean, the bun isn't too thick.
Well, and I'll say this: the beef is kind of thin, but again, in comparison to the bun, and also the amount of flavor that's in the burger really makes it stand out. So
The bun
even
doesn't
if you had more
overpower
bun,
the burger.
yeah, even if you had more bun, the flavor in the burger is so bold that it will kind of break out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So due to some technical errors, we had to kind of record this part separate. But it is now time to crown the Ultimate Burger Champion, and we'll start with Joe.
I have to go with Burger King. Wendy's, it was thick, but I like the texture. But the only thing I could taste was kind of the bun, the cheese,
Yeah.
not really patty. Patty was kind of bland. With Burger King, I got all 3, patty, cheese, the bun, and the flavor just kind of took it over.
All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
What's your choice?
I'm also going to go with Burger King. Kind of like Joe said, it was difficult, but while the meat was thicker, that was probably the only reason I could taste the meat. That one had a bolder standout. Also, balance. The bun was sweet, while also the meat and the cheese made it nice and salty, so you had like a salty sweet combination. Like the bun almost reminds me of like one of those Hawaiian rolls that you get. It's just, I don't know why, but it was just sweeter. The meat had a better flavor overall due to its grilled nature.
I gotcha.
That's my winner.
All right. I will say this was probably the hardest decision to make for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember, but as a kid, I loved Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go to Wendy's every Sunday after church.
Yep.
As I've gotten older, Burger King has become my favorite, but I still love Wendy's. So when these two went up, this was harder than I thought it'd be. This was
Yeah.
the hardest decision by far.
The other 2 rounds were easy compared to this.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Joe when he said that with this, the moisture, the texture is great,
Mm-hmm.
but he's right. You can taste patty, but it takes a little bit.
Yep.
But the first thing that hits you is the bun and the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, the texture is not as good, but the flavor is bolder, and you get a perfect mix of bun, meat, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And so, based on just those 2 calculations, I'm going to have to say I picked Burger King.
Yeah. Mike?
I'm also going to have to say Burger King because even though I do like Wendy's as it is a thick, moist burger, it just didn't have as much flavor. When with Burger King, you bite into it, even though the patty's not as thick, the flavor is more powerful.
Yeah.
I can taste the burger a lot more, and it just blends well with the whole bun and cheese as well. I can taste everything.
Yeah.
All right then, by unanimous decision, the winner of this edition of Food Fights is Burger King. Burger King! Now I know what you're thinking. Well, Burger King has the best burger. Well, who has the best fries? Or who has the best chicken nuggets? Well, this is just one of a 3-part series. The next time we do this series, it'll be the Fry Face-Off. Same 4 restaurants, and we'll determine, maybe you go to Burger King for your burger, but who do you go to for your fries? That's what we'll figure out in the next Food Fights.
That was a pretty successful Food Fights, I'd say.
I would say so.
I mean, who would have thought it would be Burger King? Because we said King of Burgers, because Burger King is, franchise, but turns out the King of Burgers is Burger King.
It is.
I'd love to stick around, but I do have to get to work. But
I got you.
Thanks for the food.
Hey, we ain't making money on this channel yet. You
It's good to see you guys.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see you.
Good to
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Hey, have a good day at work.
Be safe.
Love that guy. A bit of a chatterbox.
Bit of a chatterbox. Very chatty.
Guys, that was a pretty successful addition. I think people are going to really care about the opinion of what, I think it's a good idea is all I'm
And
saying.
it's fun to eat burgers.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
that's never a bad thing. Someone's at the door. You got that?
Someone's pretty aggressive. But
It's pretty aggressive. It's pretty neat that the king of all burgers ended up being Burger King,
Yeah.
That there's a reason that it's my favorite.
Hey, Pete, come on in.
Okay, look. This guy's
How's life treating you? I haven't seen you since you moved into your new place.
Hey, Pete. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
No, I prefer possum Pete.
I'm sorry, Possum Pete. How you doing since the accident?
That was no accident.
What accident?
The murderer that just left, he deliberately killed my first possum bubba.
You mean Mike?
If that's the murderer's name, then yes.
How did you know he was here?
I was watching him from the bushes.
You were watching him?
His day of reckoning will come.
Now, Possum Pete, I'm sure that Mike did not mean to kill.
No, it was a
on
deliberate
purpose.
attack against possum kind.
Okay, all right. Just calm down, man.
I mean, that's a little extreme. He was just a possum.
Okay.
A beautiful, beloved possum.
He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, we know Possum Pete. Bubba was a very much beloved and beautiful, beautiful possum.
That he was. That he was.
So anyway, we do have some burgers left over. We just recorded a segment, and while we have these leftovers, if you wanted to have one now and maybe take the rest home to your family.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you.
Yeah, no problem.
Who bought these burgers?
Well, it was kind of a team effort when you think about it, because I went and I rode with Chuck and Joe. over
We all
here.
did it.
We got them there and brought them home.
I didn't ask who brought them. I asked who bought them.
Well,
Who wants to take that question?
you see, it's
Who made the purchase, Joe?
I was asking you now.
Mike made the purchase.
That is possum meat.
It's not.
It is a deliberate attack against possums.
I can
He's
assure
too
you.
cheap to buy real burgers from all these places.
Come on, Pete.
Possum Pete! I am not going to stand here and be insulted like this. I'm going to go home and take care of my family.
Possum Pete, you forgot your burgers.
He has a family?
He's
It's
got
really
a lot
not
of
even
possums.
worth
He's
mentioning.
very
I mean,
close.
It's a whole thing.
That was close.
Yeah, really close.
One day. I swear on your grave, Bubba. One day.